back. And step number 2 is the easy part. Everybody thinks about that that's all you have to do to make a film. But steps 1 and 3 are the most difficult, and that's where most filmmakers fail. Raising the funds and then selling the movie to get the funds back. And if you can get 1 and 3 together, then number 2 will be easy.
Next one's over here.
How can a young kid like me be a better illustrator?
Draw every day. Carry a sketchbook with you and do drawings on the sketchbook every day. And write down ideas that you like, jokes, story ideas, and look at a lot of animation, a lot of cartoons, a lot of drawings. And that's what I did when I was young.
Howdy. What was it like working with Al Goldstein? How'd you get along with him?
Al, did you know him? Or do you know him, I should say?
Well, not personally.
Yeah. Al is a really very friendly, nice guy to me. He was one of my biggest fans, and he let me do anything I want, but he paid very little money for the artwork. I think the covers was $60 or $70. But I could do anything I wanted, and he bought it. And he never really socialized with me, but I was on his TV show a couple of times talking about my films, and he was always very gregarious and very friendly. I never saw the pervert side of the guy. You know, he was just very businesslike, and supported my work. He's a big fan of my work. So, but Al Goldstein, if you don't know, people don't know who Al Goldstein is. He published and edited Screw magazine, which back in the 70s and 80s was pretty popular. And they were the ones that really championed Deep Throat and made Deep Throat the big success that it was. And it was all pretty much to Al Goldstein. Al was responsible for that. People call Deep Throat the most successful film ever made. What would it cost, like $10,000 or something? And made over, I think, $100 million. So it's the most successful film ever. Compared to George Lucas or anything, Spielberg, it's much more successful than those guys.
In the back? Oh, right here. Sure.
Bill, how much were you influenced by Monty Python?
A lot. I love Monty Python. I love their humor. It's very twisted. I watched it religiously. And, of course, Terry Gilliam. I love Terry and all the stuff that he does. We had friends in common, actually. Shoot, can't remember the guy's name now, but we were influenced by the same people, definitely.
What's your favorite trauma movie and favorite horror movie?
I'm not a big horror fan, but my favorite trauma movie is Surf Nazis Must Die. I saw it in Cannes. And I just walked in some anonymous theater, and they were showing it, and I said, this has got to be the greatest film I've ever seen. And then I met Lloyd. Lloyd was there at the screening, and I told him I loved the film. This was back in, God, it had to be like 89, 88, something like that. And so we've been friends ever since. But horror films, I like stuff with comedy in it, like Dead Alive, you know, the Peter Jackson film.
You like Bad Taste?
Yeah, Bad Taste. I like Bad Taste. Yeah, I don't watch a lot of horror movies though. I'll be honest with you. I like more comedy, more twisted, bizarre comedy stuff. Anybody else?
Great job, Alexia. Just want to know when the DVDs will be available.
That's a very good question. We're hoping for this July, which is basically San Diego Comic-Con time.
I didn't know that. That's a little news.
Do you remember who bought your first film? Who actually paid you money to do what you do?
MTV. It showed in Annecy, which is a festival, an animation festival in France, and I showed Your Face, which is actually my first film that I did all myself. And it's a goofball film. There's no real story to it. It's a very strange film. And I was at the screening, and people started applauding at the end of the film. They laughed, first of all, then they applauded, which kind of shocked me. And then I took a bow, and then all these people came up to talk to me, and they were buyers. And I was not aware that there was a lot of money to be made in animation. And MTV was one of the buyers, and they bought it, and then they bought 25 Ways to Quit Smoking, and How to Kiss, and One of Those Days, and Plymptoons, just bam, 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 for a lot of money. To me, it was a lot of money. So I have to thank MTV for being my best supporter and making me, giving me money throughout my early years when a lot of short films were couldn't make money. People think that you can't make money in short films. The only reason to make them is to get a 3-picture deal in Hollywood or get a directing gig. But I disagree. I think short films are a wonderful art form. I think you can tell beautiful stories in short films. You can make money in short films, and it doesn't have to be a 10-minute film. You can do it in 3 or 4 minutes to tell a really great story. And so I'm a big champion of short films, and I continue to make short films every year, 2 or 3 shorts a year. And in fact, I'll give everybody a notice. My latest short film, it just appeared on Showtime on the internet. It's called Summer Bummer, and I have cards out there if you want to find out about it. It's only about 2 minutes long, so it's very. It just came out, I think, yesterday or 2 days ago, so check that out. Yeah, thank you.
Where you can ask more questions and get your drawing and hang out.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
There's a whole lot of one items that are really aimed at what Bill is all about. So you can find them now in the Sky Room. There's refreshments, and you can continue. Oh, and I think Bill is going to give a drawing to everybody. So make sure.